Hey, this is Eric Hunter here, and I was asked to tell you a little bit about the wire wrapping that I do on my energy pendants. And I do this wire wrapping for several reasons, both like practical reasons and also for energy reasons. So I just wanted to talk about this a little bit. So let me just pull up a picture here of one of them. So here we go. Here is one of the energy pendants, and you can see that it has the wire wrapping around it. And I go to a lot of effort to do this in a way that's very detailed and pretty, so that it looks professional, but also so that the pendant is very sturdy and it stays on the necklace so it doesn't just like fall off or break. The wire I use is brass wire. And the reason I use brass is because it's not as highly conductive as copper, but it is a little bit conductive and it has a really good effect on the human energy field. So with pendulums, I always recommend brass as one of the primary materials to use for a healing pendulum. So on these pendants, I also use brass wire because I found that this brass wire, it just has a really nice effect on the human energy field, and the pendant itself can then, really interact with your energy field in a more powerful way than if it was just the stone by itself, or if like I had the stone hanging with like thread or something. Because at first I used to mount these with like sinew or thread, but then I realized the wire was better because not only is it more secure, like these things are really like well mounted on, but also the wire is really good for conducting energy, and then it amplifies the effect of the stone, because the stone by itself is doesn't have as strong as an effect as when you put a little bit of wire around it. Even just having some wire at the top helps a lot. So each one of these is different. I got a few of them here. Let me grab them. So I got a bunch here that I made recently. So each one I do it differently, and I try to do it artistically to make it work with the particular piece. But then once I've done the wrap, I'll test it out and see how it feels. So I'll test the stone before I do the wrap. I test the stone after the wrap, and there's a lot of scrap wire in the garbage can by my desk because I really want to make these good. So I'll rewrap these several times until I get the right wrap, both design wise and energy wise. Because I want it to be functional, like really securely mount the piece, but I also want it to look good and to really work well with your energy field. So I spend a lot of time making sure that I wrap these properly. So this one here, it's something new I started doing, putting these coils on it. If you're into radionics, you know about coils. So coils are really good for attracting energy. And then the wire goes around the stone. So, a lot of these you could wear them on either side. They're reversible, and the stone will have like a different pattern on each side. And I usually have like a front side that's a little more decorated and a little more clean, and then a back side, which I do the best that I can to keep it looking clean. So let's see here. Like this one here is one that's completely reversible. So the wire is concentrated at the top of the piece, but both the front and the back are pretty much the same. So you could wear this one on either side, and there are different patterns on the stone on either side. It's really beautiful. And for this one, it just works really good with the energy, just having this simple wire. So having it come on both sides, pretty much a mirror image, it just works really well. For other ones, it worked better with a bigger wire that was more coily. So I just kind of play with it. Like now this one on the back, it still looks pretty good, even though I wasn't really concentrating on the back part of this one. I still try to put a little design in there, a little swirly cue. But the front has got this really nice coil going around it. And then the coils are good because they kind of move the energy around, so it's not stagnant. You get some flow. But yeah, each one is different. So the ones that don't have like a ton of coils, like this one here, they just seem to be pretty good with just the bare minimum. But then some of the other ones with the coils, I just found that it enhanced it both aesthetically and also from the energy standpoint. So it's pretty fun. This one I've got on here, I just sold it today to a very awesome person who's into this stuff. And this one's cool. I put the wires going around it that way, kind of like making like a shape, and then it goes on the back too. So each one of these is different. And I base it based on the stone, the properties of the stone, how it feels. I'll do experiments, try out different patterns of wires and coils and bends and things until I get the right combination that seems to me like this is it. This is what's going to work. Yeah, and it's really good. This wire is corrosion resistant too, so it's antique brass. And it's pretty sturdy, it's corrosion resistant, it looks really good, and it has really good energy properties. So it really helps these pendulums, these necklaces out. I said pendulums, I'm so into pendulums too. Well, yeah, so I hope this answered the question that I was asked about the wire and why I do it the way I do it, how I do it. And, you know, I do my best. Like this one, you can see it's got a totally different pattern on the back than the front. And I try my best to make it look good on both sides, but usually there is one side that's a little more ornate than the other. That would be like the front, and then this would be the back. But a lot of people, like, they'll wear them both ways because like it looks pretty good either side. So like a lot of people don't even know. Like this one here, like if you didn't know any better, you think that was the front, but that's actually the front. I put a little more design into that part. But yeah, so I hope that was helpful and you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching this video. Bye.